People always want
classic
more.
American grub like grilled cheese with tomato soup. From this patriotic diet, FDR gained a legendary Riz, which made all the ladies swoon
Despite
over,
a
including his
promise to
cousin
shutter
Julie
its
Mary
labs,
Nace.
the
Francisco
DOE
attracted his
continued
people
its
with the same
research
last
in
name, and then
secrecy
Franklin was the
for military
everything he gobbled
purposes.
on at IKEA in Thailand. Welcome back to
It
Easy
didn't
Recipes
take
for
long
man
for
children
Valiant
like
of
you who never
THD
learned
to
how to cook.
escape
Today is
into the
pie with
world
tomato
once
curry. This is
more.
probably the easiest thing I'll ever show you because all you
The
do is
fall
follow the 4 or
happened
5 steps
more
in your
rapidly than
background.
anyone
For
could
anyone
have
says,
predicted.
but that's not quite authentic. This is what regular Thai people eat on a weeknight. And it tastes great, you know, regular. But I should mention there are a few things I like to change. And I realize this is dependent on you knowing how to read. So if you don't know how to read, I believe in you. You'll learn someday. What, did you think
The
I was going to
few
make
who
fun of illiterate people? That's only on
now
Fridays.
live in
Anyway,
small
I like to add a lot of
enclaves.
extra veg along with unsalted
The
chili
only
paste
means
at
of
the same
contact
time for
between
extra
distant human
spiciness and
settlements.
dietary fiber. Also, traditionally you add peanuts, not cashews, but I prefer a pricier nut, as well as a squeeze of lime at the end. Welcome back. I'm making the official foods of American states, and today is the place where the state tree is just an AR-15 half buried in the ground.
It's hard, but it's something if you don't understand anything, but you don't want to make the person, you don't want to make the person happy. I'm kind of bored.
The favorite foods of U.S. presidents,
bored.
but it's Women's
So,
History Month, baby.
don't
So
want
today is
sex.
the First Lady, and the one that Gen Z can never forgive because she banned French fries from school lunch. Michelle Obama. Michelle is of course known for her love of vegetables, but surprisingly,
You're
cheesy grits as
too.
well. Based on her reputation of going goblin mode when it comes to clean eating, grits seem out of place. For every 4 videos I make, there's usually one I never post, and this was going to be one of those. Sometimes it's because the script sucks or the food just ends up looking gross, and today it was the latter, as this sauce didn't totally emulsify, leaving the pasta looking a bit greasy. I was just gonna reshoot it tomorrow, then I realized you guys have kinda low standards and probably wouldn't care. I don't say that to be mean, but I show up in all these videos sweaty and greasy like a pig with a dirty little rat stash, yet you still watch. You deserve better from me, and because of that, I'm asking you to cyberbully me in the comments more often. I provided you with a list of my insecurities to help you get started. But get creative. I'm hoping that this will push me to become the insecure yet overly confident YouTuber that you deserve. And generally, the comment section is way too supportive anyway, so we
Dang
need to
it,
know that at
bruh.
least one. For every 4 videos I make, there's usually one I never post, and this was going to be one of those. Sometimes it's because the script sucks or the food just ends up looking gross, and today
So nice. Nice.
it was the latter. Welcome back to Easy Recipes for man children like you who never learned how to cook. Today it's beer battered onion rings. Deep frying these may seem intimidating if you're a wuss, as there's a lot of hot oil and you have to use an alcoholic beverage. Actually, you don't. And that's the first major key, because any carbonated beverage works fine. I'm actually using tonic water here, and I've heard ginger ale is pretty solid too. But if you're a real gamer, you can even use Mountain Dew. The next major key is to slice your onions nice and thick. Yeah, I know size doesn't matter or
Wait,
whatever,
I don't care
LMAO
about
nice.
you guys.
Thin onions
That's
means
what I
less
care.
batter, and that means less crunch. So
Yeah, we
half-inch
can do
slices
this
are
the
best,
easy way
if
on
you ask me.
top.
The third major key is to include a sauce.
Okay,
The
yeah.
greasiness of onion rings is part of the
Oh.
appeal, but it can become overwhelming if you're a sensitive boy like I am. Some variation of ranch is always nice, and it helps cut through the fat, especially if it's a bit
Come on,
spicy.
quick, they didn't spawn in yet.
Children like you who never learned how to cook. Today it's beer battered onion rings. Deep frying these
They
may
didn't
seem
spawn in yet.
intimidating
Go.
if you're a wuss, as there's a lot of hot oil, you have to use an alcoholic beverage. Actually, you don't. And that's the first major key, because any carbonated
Where is it?
beverage
Where is it?
works fine. I'm
Where is
actually
it?
using tonic water here, and I've heard ginger ale is pretty solid too. But if you're a real gamer, you
Come
can
on,
even use
take it.
Mountain
Is
Dew.
it
The
in
next
here?
major key is to slice
So
your
long,
onions
take
nice
is
and
probably
thick.
not.
Yeah, I know size doesn't matter or whatever, LMAO nice, but thin onions means less batter, and that means less crunch. So half-inch slices are best, if you ask me. The third major key is to include a sauce. The greasiness of onion rings is part of the appeal, but it can become overwhelming if you're a sensitive boy like I am. Some variation of ranch is always nice, and it helps cut through the fat, especially if it's a bit spicy. Welcome back to Easy Recipes for man children like you who never learned how to cook. Today it's beer battered onion
That
rings.
was the
Deep frying
exact
these may
same
seem
spot,
intimidating
but
if you're
okay.
a wuss, as there's a lot of hot oil and you have to use an alcoholic beverage. Actually, you don't. And that's the first major key, because any carbonated beverage works fine. I'm actually using tonic water here, and I've heard ginger ale is pretty solid too. But if you're a real gamer, you can even use Mountain Dew. The next major key is to slice your onions nice and thick. Yeah, I know size doesn't matter or whatever, LMAO nice, but thin onions means less batter, and that means less crunch. So half-inch slices are best, if you ask me. The third major key is to include a sauce. The greasiness of onion rings is part of the appeal, but it can become overwhelming if you're a sensitive boy like I am. Some variation of ranch is always nice, and it helps cut through the fat, especially if it's a bit spicy.
Oh,
Welcome back to Easy
not
Recipes
sure
for
that
man
just
children
happened.
like you who never learned how to cook. Today it's beer battered onion rings. Deep frying these may seem intimidating if you're a wuss, as there's a lot of hot oil.
Bro, I lost my freaking gun. The one gun in the game, besides the freaking one, whatever it's called. But I lost all of it because I tried to give it to person to test it out. Test it out, and it didn't work. It's all secret. It didn't freaking jump. It did animation, but didn't pull the parachute.
Some variation of ranch is always nice, and it helps cut through the fat, especially if it's a bit spicy.
Don't touch my baby dog. Don't touch my baby dog.
Deep frying these may seem intimidating if you're a wuss, as there's a
It's even better when there's blood.
You have to use an alcoholic beverage? Actually, you don't. And that's the first major key, because any carbonated beverage works fine. I'm actually using tonic water here, and I've heard ginger ale is pretty solid. If you're a real gamer, you can even use Mountain Dew. The next major key is to slice your ice. The size doesn't matter, or whatever element of ice. Onions means less batter, and that means less crunch. So half-inch slices are best, if you ask me. The third major key is to include a sauce. The greasiness of onion rings is part of the appeal, but it can become overwhelming if you're a sensitive boy like I am. Some variation of ranch is always nice, and it helps cut through the fat, especially if it's a bit spicy. Welcome back to Easy Recipes for man children like you who never learned how to cook. Today it's beer battered onion rings. Deep frying these may seem intimidating if you're a wuss, as there's a lot of hot oil. You have to use an alcoholic beverage? Actually, you don't. And that's the first major key, because any carbonated beverage works fine. I'm actually using tonic water here, and I've heard ginger ale is pretty
They don't want to do
If you're a
that.
real gamer, you can even use Mountain Dew. The next major key is to slice your onions nice and thick. Yeah, I know size doesn't matter or whatever, LMAO nice, but thin onions means less batter, and that means less crunch. So half-inch
It still took fall damage.
the third major key is to include a sauce. Moving out of the United States when I was 22 seemed like a great idea until I arrived in Asia and realized no one eats sandwiches. Whoa, my guy, that's kind of insensitive. Hey, chill out. There are cool things about Thailand too. The noodles are awesome. I'm close to family, and now instead of being a short king, I'm just slightly below average. But not being able to walk into a shop and get a hoagie made by some sweaty dude in a wife beater leaves a small sandwich-shaped hole in my heart. It's the little things like this that make me think, maybe I shouldn't have given up my U.S. citizenship. And did those sandwiches only taste good because that guy sweated on them? The answers to such questions I may never know. But I do know potato croquettes are a slept-on sandwich ingredient. Creamy potato patties covered in panko and deep fried, without a doubt, a worthy centerpiece for any of your future
It's me, man. Even the random guy in the outside. Not me, man. Good for himself. I'll see the way.
That's kind of insensitive. Hey, chill out. There are cool things about Thailand too. The noodles are awesome.
Well, I don't know why you think it's me anyway, though.
I'm just slightly below average, but not being able to walk into a shop.
Don't touch my baby dog here.
Leaves a small sandwich.
Don't touch my baby dog
That
here.
make me think, maybe I shouldn't have given up my U.S. citizenship. And did those sandwiches only taste good because that guy sweated?
Freaking kill you, you toad. I didn't know what to do. I was extra confused for another reason.
Questions I may never know, but I do know potato croquettes are a slept-on sandwich ingredient. Creamy
Come on,
potato
bruh.
patties covered in
Come
panko
on.
and deep fried, without a
Come on,
doubt, a
dang
worthy
it.
centerpiece for any of your
It's not
future
even the
sandwich
best
endeavors.
quality slot.
Moving out of the United States when I was 20, I'm making the official foods of American states, and today is the island where everyone looks like they'd be really good at hacky sack, Hawaii. Local moco consists of rice, a burger patty, brown gravy, fried egg, and a green garnish if you're feeling cute. I've also heard it's illegal to eat this in Hawaii unless you know how to longboard, surf, or open a coconut with your bare hands. Loco moco is definitely the coolest name of any state food too. For example,
There's
Utah's
so
green jello
much, so you
salad
can't
sounds
even
like it
get
was
those.
invented
You get like half of it. How do you get more?
and named by a retired accountant, while Hawaii's cuisine was concocted. I'm making the favorite meals of U.S. presidents, and today it's the guy who I'm pretty sure is just Matthew McConaughey cosplaying as a politician, George W. Bush. George is a connoisseur of Mexican food, specifically chilaquiles, a fitting dish as it matches his spunky, fun, and flirty energy he used to show as a cheerleader. That's right, George W. was lead cheerleader of his high school and college. Who knew yelling rhymey words and wearing sweatpants would translate to politics? In his younger days, George had other hobbies, though, like getting mediocre grades, painting pictures of his girlfriend, and driving while drunk.
Could you live in the armory?
But we shouldn't let these things define him, as he's given us so much wisdom. Like in 2001 when he said, I believe human beings and fish can coexist peacefully. So
that's not fish, dog.
The thing about books is that sometimes there are pictures. I agree, George. Reading is for nerds and commies. I'm making the favorite meals of U.S. presidents, and welcome back to easy recipes for man-children like you who never learned how to cook. Today it's shakshuka, which is a wonderful savory breakfast, but if you're an American, you might not like it because it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup. It does contain a lot of good vibes, though, as it's a bit spicy, it's got a little cheese, and it only takes one pan. You can skip the hot peppers if you have bad taste, which is probably a lot of you. I'm kidding, I respect all of my viewers. Losers. Which is why I believe in you. I also believe a little chili crisp and curry paste are nice additions if you have them. Another thing I prefer is some whole grain bread on the side. If you're battling bread addiction, or you're a child who hasn't grown teeth yet, you can also just throw this on top of rice. Having a carb to mop up the drippy sauce is a must, though, because sauce wasting is illegal. Welcome back to easy recipes for man-children like you who never learned how to cook. Today it's shakshuka, which is
I have
a
so
wonderful
many of
savory
these.
breakfast, but if you're an American, you might not like it because it doesn't have...
You ain't let...
Why? I don't know. Absurd. Oh, is it because of freaking chat? Because they still haven't fixed it. It's freaking chatting the game. Friends. Skip that.
I appreciate your business. Let me know what floats your boat. What a smart buy. Thanks for that, mister.
I changed. I did not hear that before. Bro, why does Crane have a different voice? Crane, what's wrong with you, Crane? And Crane, we were just on here for a mission. Now we're here full time. Man, I don't even know why you're here. You're supposed to be freaking what? I don't even know what it's called. As a very good big boy zombie.
Ah, if it isn't my intellectual sparring partner. I see you brought Albert a copy of Plato's Republic. Heady stuff.
I haven't read it, but Albert was sure excited.
If it has pages, Albert's excited. But here's a question. If you had to make a choice, would you choose to be just or to be happy?
What?
I choose both. Who said we had to choose in the first place?
But that's the point of the exercise, to make a choice. You're not playing fair. That's not very just. Albert's shelves are nearly full. I suppose you'll stop visiting soon.
We'll just have to see about that.
Well, at least there's one more location to check.
Nine. Where do you want me to go?
High fructose corn syrup. It does contain... I'm making potato dishes from different regions of the globe because everyone has a lust for the humble spud. but no country agrees with one another on how to cook them. Today is Trinchot from Andorra. Andorra is a tiny nation. Well, to me it looks average size, and it lies between France and Spain. It's a great place to go if you're a billionaire avoiding taxes, or if you just want to eat Trinchot, which is a boiled potato cabbage patty, usually served with sour cream and something crispy. Finding Sonic the Hedgehog
I know where I'm
fanfiction
going.
is difficult.
I know where I'm going.
Finding an English recipe for this was even harder. I was schwitzing over my keyboard for hours. Then I remembered Google Translate exists. You just boil everything, mash it, mix in some salt, and fry into any shape you want. Bacon is the traditional topping, but I don't want to smell like pig for the next week, so I'm frying some leeks. And despite its bland, underwhelming appearance, Trinchot is quite tasty and dummy simple. 7 out of 10. I'm making potato dishes from different regions of the globe because everyone has a lust for the humble spud, but no country agrees with one another on how to cook them. Today is Trinchot from Andorra. Andorra is a tiny nation. Well, to me it looks average size, and it lies between France and Spain. It's a great place to go if you're a billionaire avoiding taxes, or if you just want to eat Trinchot, which is a boiled potato cabbage patty, usually served with sour. I'm making the favorite meals of U.S. presidents, and today is the man who was a weeb, but for France, Thomas Jefferson. Tommy J loved a saucy mac and cheese, and it was in France where he first tried it. While there, he also fell in love with how the French were beheading people during the Revolution. He would often tell George Washington that the guillotine was cool as heck, and that they needed to decapitate more people in America because it was currently trending. Despite his bloodlust, Thomas was a sensitive little e-boy. He spent a lot of time writing steamy letters in his bromance with John Adams. While they were close friends for decades, they became enemies when both ran for president in 1796. Eventually, they kissed and made up, reigniting their passionate friendship, and died on the exact same day in 1826. Thomas also wrote the Declaration of Independence or something like that. Sounds like some boring nerd stuff. I'm making the favorite meals of U.S. presidents, and today is the man who was a weeb, but for France, Thomas Jefferson. Tommy J loved a saucy mac and cheese, and it was in France where he first tried it. While there, he also fell in love with how the French were beheading people during the Revolution. He would often tell George Washington that the guillotine was cool as heck, and that they needed to decapitate more people in America because it was currently trending. Despite his bloodlust, Thomas was a sensitive little e-boy. He spent a lot of time writing steamy letters in his bromance with John Adams. While they were close friends for decades.
So much books here. Oh, there was a guy. I thought he was in here. I want to pick it up. If he doesn't die, I want to throw this at him.
Here you are. This will make Albert happy.
Am I? Yeah, of course.
Why, this book?
Because it contains a treasure map.
Look, I think you're confused. It's called Treasure Island, and it may show a picture of a treasure map, but it's not real.
That's not what we hear. Now hand it over.
It's not gonna happen.
Then we'll take it from you. We're good at that.
Is he gonna get punched?
Plunder 'em, boys.
Of course. Whoa, 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 chill out, jeez, chill out, guys. I thought we played a nice game. Jeez, did he just freaking rip the table? We gotta get rid of that fire guy, man. He's so annoying. It did nothing. It did nothing. Oh. Jeez, Louise. Get over here, boy. This is the most OP thing. Ooh. Let me get a little look-see. I was gonna say, he did so much damage, but never mind. Hog and do this. I was gonna say it did so much damage, but I just didn't look at the other one. Why is it on the ground?
A treasure in Treasure Island. Idiots. Wait, what's this? Looks like a safe combination.
Is it the vault? It is the vault. Wait, what's the code? I really wish they would just show the code that the save is connected to. Because I want to do that, because that would be too easy though.
Message 1. Received March 21st, 2022.
Wait a minute.
At 5:35 p.m. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
It's not even in there, so I have no idea what the code is. It's here. 221 12
Do we have any birthday wishes for Daddy?
21 21 21.
Your helicopter's birthday. You fly here to us.
Well,
Happy birthday.
55, 50, 55, 50, 55. It's restarted. It restarted.
23rd, 2020. At 6:13 p.m. Daddy, when you get the helicopter, don't fly here just yet. Oh, move over. Daddy, don't come back yet. Mommy says it's dangerous in the city. She cried all night long. Now she's asleep. Go away. Yeah, she's asleep. Daddy, so since you're gonna be there longer, bring me back a shark skeleton, okay? Will you?
I'll be damned. Where's the treasure map? Well, of sorts. Luckily, the book is the only treasure Albert's looking for.
It's not a very good one. How are they still alive? I don't like that guy, man. I tried killing one. I didn't know they had just a whole bunch of health. They're like the mini boss. I'm gonna wait because I think it's in the other area. You can't fly. Well, go on your parachute. Can't do that. It just doesn't want you doing that.
They became enemies when both ran for president in 1796. Eventually, I'm making the official foods of American states, and today it's the place everyone forgot existed until this year's Super Bowl, Kansas. Outside of football and being flatter than my chest, Kansas is known for cinnamon rolls with chili. I know I just did a chili video for Ohio, but Midwesterners have a weird fetish for dumping it on random stuff. So let's address the elephant in the room. This dish looks absolutely whack. Chili and cinnamon rolls sound like wannabe chicken and waffles, but for people who still think mullets are stylish. I have to say though, in my experience, this meal slaps harder than an overused pop culture reference. It's a wonderful sweet and savory experience that sure is the slightly smooth-brained cousin of other more refined salty sweet dishes, but its charm lies in its redneck, can't really tell if it's dog food or not appearance. There are two mistakes you need to avoid. First, not using a piping hot gooey cinnamon roll, and second, not giving this pile of sloppy Americana a chance. I'm making the official foods of American states, and today it's the place everyone forgot existed until this year's Super Bowl, Kansas. Outside of football and being flatter than my chest, Kansas is known for cinnamon rolls with chili. I know I just did a chili video for Ohio, but Midwesterners have a weird fetish. I keep getting asked if culinary school was worth it, and if it actually made me a good cook. Well, after 3 years of school with my degree in ecology, that's right, you just got catfished, you dingus. The guy who's been internet bullying you into eating more dietary fiber was sniffing dirt in college and writing papers on why fruit-bearing trees deserve the right to also bear arms. I'm a bit of a visionary, but actually I learned about cooking mostly from YouTube. While my culinary skills are no better than that of your average divorced plumber, there is a wealth of info on this platform. Channels like America's Test Kitchen, Ethan Chlebowski, and the official Smash Mouth Vivo channel offer fantastic instruction. I would pick one new recipe from channels like these to try each week, and after a while the knowledge just piles up. Now for me, cooking isn't as intimidating as before. I have a base level of skill that won't give me any Michelin stars, but hey, it's good enough for internet clout. I keep getting asked if culinary school was worth it, and if it actually made me a good cook. Well, after 3 years of school with my degree in ecology, that's right, you just got catfished, you dingus. The guy who's been internet bullying you into eating more diet. I'm making the favorite foods of U.S. presidents, and today it's the man with the weakest hairline since Charlie Brown, Calvin Coolidge. Calvin loved fried rice, but he was also a nerd that insisted on calling
The last one.
More books. I may have to start calling you Santa. It's like Christmas every time you return. Almost everything you think you know about pirates comes from Robert Louis Stevenson's book, Treasure Island. But did you know it was originally meant as a coming-of-age story? Indeed. And even though it was for children, many pirate movies, when there were movies, were rated R. You, sir, are a tough audience. Darwin's Origin of the Species is the foundation of evolutionary biology. It's ironic, really. Is what's happening around us somehow an expression of Darwin's natural selection? Unnatural selection, if you ask me. You did it, Aiden. Our work here is done for now. Humanity has a chance to Take this.
Thank you, Albert. But I'm curious. What'll you do now that your collection's complete?
With our literary past safeguarded, there is only one thing to do, my boy.
What's that?
Secure the future, of course. Ensure the human spirit continues to be distilled for ages to come.
So, write more books?
Precisely. Starting with a record of your heroic deeds that brought us to this moment.
Who would want to read about me?
After I've told your tale, my boy, everyone. Oh, and it will be epic. And I already have a title. Libros Libertad.
Nice.
Now leave me, for I must begin. Oh, and check up on Thalia.
Keep well.
Of the books you brought, On the Origin of Species and Treasure Island caught my eye.
And probably inspired a question.
Indeed. So, how do you view yourself? Are you a pioneer like Darwin? Or a pirate like those found in Treasure Island?
I don't know. Don't know enough about either to choose.
Fair enough. I'm glad to hear you're not so self-absorbed.
But...
There's nothing wrong with a little role play that leads to a bit of self-examination. I wonder if you're capable of that.
on that note, it looks like I finished my work with Albert.
Oh. So it means you won't be coming back?
Yeah, I mean...
As hard as it is to admit it, at least a part of me is really sad to hear it. The feelings I've read about, that's nothing compared to what I feel. I'll miss our conversations.
Yeah, me too, Thalia.
Do you think it's possible that I could see you again?
Very possible.
You can visit me at home, if you want. I've marked my flat on your map.
No.
I'll be there after the sunset.
Okay. See you there.
Till then, Aiden.
Yo, something. Now, where is it? Where is this? Dang, now I have to go all the way back up there. I'm not buying the stuff at that area again. I don't feel like it, so I'm just gonna use this. Yahoo!
Till today, I thought the chance.
Maybe if I go there, it'll just like speed it up.
Lucky it didn't hit us. But I got a favor to ask.
Probably something with that redhead.
Oh, wait, is it using this already, man? Wait, so 40.
The Butchers are our greatest enemy. It's responsible for the Black Monday bombings and the death of 2 million people.
More up.
It's Aiden.
Come in.
Be yourself. Pretty nice.
Well, you have a nice place.
Thanks. At least here you can pretend that this whole nightmare isn't happening outside.
Aside from the screaming, it's okay though.
You know,
I heard a lot
I
of
had
men
a dream.
outside her apartment. Just a
What
lot
dream?
of people died.
that one morning, I went outside. There were people on the streets, kids playing, people in the cafes, like in the books I read. Crazy, right?
I think we all share that dream.
Do you think If this world were different, would you get married? Build a house?
That seems unlikely. It's so detached from what my life is.
My everyday life is in my imagination. In literature. I'm probably just a weak little girl to you.
No. You're sensitive, but that doesn't mean you're weak. Those who are weak just give up. They stop caring about anything. Give up on life, but you still care. It means you still fight.
Someone told me once that only the gentle are ever really strong. Will you hold me? Aiden, can we pretend that what's outside isn't happening? Just this one time.
All right, Thalia. Just this one time.
Were you just gonna slip out?
Well, no, it's just that, you know.
Monsters to fight, people to save. I've read those books.
I'll see you later.
Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. We both know the world we live in, after all.
Didn't you say yours was the world of imagination?
But not delusions. I'm glad this dream has come true.
Likewise.
I know. Goodbye, Aiden.
Oh, that's my baby doggy. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. You mean? Hey, yo, you're not slick. I'm on to you. Well, you can't check. You can loot. I want to loot this house. Open your door. Let me in. Woo! Yeah. Commercial break. What is this? What is this? Do. Commercial break. Woohoo! Oh my god, I'm playing Fortnite but in 3D. I mean, no, but real. Fortnite Save the World. Play Fortnite Save the World with blood and zombies and it's multiplayer unless you want to be on single player. Woohoo! Just like in Save the World, this is Save the World 2.0. You can still go on Save the World 1.1, but this one's a better option. Oh, that's nice. I didn't even touch it. Get a blast. Now, how do I open the door? Oh well, I'm